excuse the voice if you can hear a little scratchiness, whatever. But you know the weather change and shit like that, so got a little cold and whatever going on. But hey, content got to be made, so put it out there for y'all. So I'm gonna keep it going. Excuse me. But as you can see in the background, it's the same. You know, most of the same background, but kind of different. Not the same setup. The previous setup is you know, from the last episode is gonna be for when I have guests, stuff like that. So I was, you know, really trying that out, and it was pretty good. Like I like the setup and stuff like that, but I like the close quarters. This is the solo podcasting room. When I like I said, when I get the guest hosts, I'm gonna put or multiple hosts, however many I have, I'm gonna put them, and I'm gonna shoot from, you know, the bigger space. But anyway, normally, you know, I put out one a week, one episode a week. Next week Thanksgiving, so you know, gotta spend time with the family, kids, shit like that. So I'm gonna go on and put, you know, you're gonna get two this week. So um anyway, today we talking about pop the balloon. So for those of y'all that don't know about pop the balloon or never heard of it, which I don't see how, you gotta be living under a rock or something because it's everywhere and basically you know, people have done their own versions and it's been in different cities and stuff like that. And it's they did a version, or I guess whoever did it on Netflix. But pretty much, Pop the Balloon is, you know, a male or female. They go on the show with a host, and they're looking for whatever, maybe just to date, or maybe they looking for a relationship. I think from what I've seen, most of the time they're looking seriously for somebody. And you have the contestant, which is, you know, the person looking for a date, and you have a line or a row of potential people that you're gonna um, match with, and they all got balloons in their hands. And depending on, you know, what the host asks you, or um, you know, how you explain, or come and say, hey, my name is so and so, this is what I do, blah 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 blah. The whole time you're talking, if the other people don't like you, they're gonna pop their balloon. And if everybody pop, you know, it's over for you. Somebody hold their balloon, talk to them, whoop de whoop. If y'all match, y'all good. But anyway, uh, this particular episode I like because it teaches you that patience is a virtue. And a lot of times, men and women pop their balloons based off of what they think they know, or based off of an appearance of what they think in their head is um, something, you know, should be this way or a certain way or whatever. These preconceived notions that things are like this, and all the time it ain't like that. You know, it's more than meets the eye. It's more to a book than just the cover. So anyway, um, I'm gonna roll this clip. It's a long clip. I'm gonna split it up because we gonna talk about it. We really gotta talk about it. So let's get to
All right, nice.
They all popped their balloons for this guy except this lady. Do you think they will be a match? Let's see.
My name is Romeo. Romeo Pugh.
Romeo, how old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay, nice. What do you do?
So I'm a filmmaker. I have my own film and TV company. Also bartend too full time, and I started the first ever Black Seed. You know, it's like the black version of GoFundMe.
So, nice. Yeah. That's very cool. And so, what are some things you like to do for fun?
I love to cook. I make the best jerk chicken. So,
you don't like jerk chicken?
But I just love it, just to have fun and just, you know, be very disciplined and just enjoy life, you know?
Okay. And what do you look for in a woman?
Somebody that knows what she wants, have God first, and just, you know, that's with herself.
All right, nice.
all right. So let's pause it right there because there's definitely more. So let's start by saying this. I'm not bashing none of the women in there. They're all beautiful looking women, in my opinion. You know, look like good choices just off the physical. Look like good candidates initially when you first look at them. Excuse me. But okay, this guy, you know, tall, got dreads, locks, wigs, whatever you want to call them, and look what he's saying. Based off of what he's saying about himself, you know, he's a filmmaker. He's a bartender full time, and he started basically like a GoFundMe page. But he like the first guy that did it. He black, you know, the first black guy that did this type of thing. So realistically, just based off of those things, he got a lot going for himself. And you know, what woman in my mind wouldn't want, you know, a man that's outgoing, got a lot going for himself, not lazy, you know, got a lot of shit going on. Like I say, filmmaker, full time bartender, and he has a company that's like GoFundMe that he's created himself. So he's doing a lot. And that should show a woman there's stability, there's he's probably financially capable of taking care of not just himself but you and a family one day if that's what y'all decide to do. And he going to go get it. He a hustler. He whatever. So that's the first part. Second part is what do you like to do? First thing he says, I like to cook. You know, he thinks of himself to make the best jerk chicken. Pow. Girl popped the balloon instantly. Now, I'm not, you know, I'm just guessing, you know, cooking. And a lot of, I don't think that this is a man or a woman thing because, you know, you got chefs, you got cooks, you got stuff like that. But she popped for whatever reason in that moment. And a lot of times, one pop, the next one pop. And they just be popping just because. And they make up shit later on. But you pop because the man say cook, or you chose that moment to say, you know, as a pop because, you know, he said he cooked. Crazy work to me. And I'm not gonna be on here trying to preach my religion to anybody. You believe in, if I believe in God. So if you believe in God, kudos to you. Great. The fact that somebody chose to pop when this man says, you know, he looking for a woman to basically be, uh, um, you know herself, knows what she wants, and you know, believe in God. Basically, like he believe in God. Pow, another pop. Like it's a problem because this man believes in God. He has a belief system. Like I don't understand. That's crazy. Like I feel like a lot of these in these situations on these shows, you know, the women contestants and the men too, they popping before they can get all the information. And look where you at. So I'm gonna roll the next part because that's just the first part. I want to jump in and talk about that, but let's roll the next one.
Name's Amber. I'm 30 years old. I pop just because you're not my type.
Physically wasn't attracted.
Initially, just physical attraction.
Or physical attraction? I was not particularly physically attracted. Just maybe attraction mostly. Yeah.
All right. I had to stop there real quick because I call bullshit. Call bullshit because they popped. All of them popped basically except for one. And what, like I said before, they be popping before they get all the information, or they, you know, come up with these excuses or whatever why they pop. Physical attraction. One of them, physical attraction. Physical attraction. They all, he just wasn't physically attracted. In my mind, if somebody comes out and I'm not physically attracted to them, I'm popping as soon as I see them. I'm not waiting to hear what they have to say. I'm not trying to, you know, see if I could work with them or, you know, she might look good here or there. Popping right away. Nothing against that person, but a lot of times, as human beings, we looking for attraction. When you don't know anything about anybody, and you see them for the first time, you're looking to see if you're going to be attracted to them. Meaning that, can you stand to look at this person? Can you stand to see this person all the time or whatever? So the fact that they let that man talk that long, and then they popped on key things like, oh, cooking and God and knowing what she wants, stuff like that. I call bullshit on that because, like I said, women just off the look test alone, a lot of times know if they're gonna give you the time of day or not. So the fact that they waited to let him talk, and then gonna use the excuse of, oh, physical attraction. I wasn't physically attracted to him. Ah, say that shit, man. Say that shit. And y'all all said the same thing, just piggybacking off the other one. If you gonna pop, and the first girl said, okay, I wasn't physically attracted, all right, let her have that one, I guess. But the other ones, come up with something else. Come up with the real reason why you popped, and not just chicken your way out. But let me roll the rest because I just want to jump in and say that real quick. Let's get to it.
Name and age, and why do you still have your balloon unpopped?
My name is Maya. I'm 29, and I just thought we had like a lot in common. I bartend as well. I'm also an inspiring actress, so I like that you're into film, and you're in an area that I plan on moving to soon. So it was just a lot of things in common. Yeah.
You guys have any questions for one another?
What do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I'm hoping that I'm a wife, a mom, and an entrepreneur with a thriving business at that point.
Nice.
When was your last relationship, and why did it end?
My last relationship was last year. I was actually going to be engaged, but she couldn't have kids due to medical stuff. So that's why we both decided to cause up. And for me personally, I'm not going to force a woman to mess her body up. That's the truth.
Okay. Yeah. And then what would you say your love language is?
Definitely quality time and words of affirmation. I'm one of the guys, if we're locked in together, I like doing stuff like, hey, let me get your hair and your nails done. Not being materialistic, but making sure my girl know her needs are met. I feel like a lot of people be like, hey, attract on the physical, but is your girl mentally good? Is she financially good? And if you have that, then you're locked in. Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about long distance relationships?
It doesn't matter. I'm in school to be a pilot as well. I graduate in a couple months, so that's why I actually flew here half hour. So.
Okay. So we see that there's one young lady left. They're close in age. They got a lot in common. She's trying to be, she's an inspiring actress. He's a filmmaker. So clearly that goes hand in hand. A lot of the questions that this man is asking her, she firing off on them. She getting them like she not stuttering. She like she not acting like she don't know what she want to do, nothing like that. So he looking like, okay, cool. I'm pleased with what you're saying. In 5 years, number one thing you can see his look on his face. He's shaking his head like, yeah. She said she want to be a wife. She want to be a mom. She want to have a business. Like, she not saying, oh, in back of his mind, he probably like, yeah, okay. She saying she want to be a wife first. Then she want to be a mother. And then she want to get the business started. So she want to work. But she want to work and then, get into her bag, then get to a relationship. Then be the wife. Then be the mom. Then have this business, the entrepreneur business or whatever. And they probably can do that together. So she's firing off and answering everything that, he's looking for. You can tell by the looks on his face. So the body language shows it all. Everything is good. So you can tell by body language if somebody really mean what they say or if they really like you like that, if the body language is right. And here's the kicker. When she said, how do you feel about long distance relationships, he chimed in so damn quick, I ain't got no problem with it. Because remember, earlier she said, I'm an inspiring actress, and you in the area that I will be moving to do that anyway. So even though they in two different places, she's coming to that location where he lives anyway. So they decide to be together. It's going to work because she will be closer. But the fact that he said he's fine with long distance relationships made it even easier on her. And then, excuse me, he hit her on the head with I'm a pilot, or I'm going to pilot school. I actually flew over here. See the girl in the back? behind her was like, yeah, popped your damn balloon too fast. Can't get it back now because Buddy locked in on her. He trying to see what she about. So even if you ask for your balloon, it's over with. Because you, the physical, the physical, the physical. No, because now you're hearing he a pilot on top of all the other things that he got going on. Now you're looking all crazy in the face like, oh, yeah, you fucked up. Should have kept that balloon. Prime example of why you shouldn't pop your balloon without having all the information first. So he hit him with a surprise job occupation on that bad boy. So there's a little bit more. Let's roll that. Then let's come back to it.
Any final question between the two of you before we determine if there's a match?
Do you want kids?
I do.
Okay.
I would like to be married first, though.
I like that. That's what I was looking for. I'm good.
What is your relationship with God?
Oh, God is number one, especially when you have grandparents that's Baptist. That's number one.
Yes.
Always first. Everything I do on my film sets, we pray, and I don't try to force my religion on anybody. Whatever works for you, works for you. But God is number one. I don't try to flex, none of that. I just stick to what's me. Okay. So, yeah.
Okay. I don't have any more questions.
Are you good?
Oh, I'm with it.
Okay, well, let me ask my final question. Is it a yes for you for him?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for her?
Hell yes.
We got a match!
All right, so final questions before they ask if they're about to match, because this is the part where they, he's found her, they kind of agree, whatever. He asked her, a question about having kids. She wants kids, and again, like she said earlier, I want to be a wife, a mom, and entrepreneur. So she's like, yeah, I want kids, but I want to be a wife first. Check mark in his head, because this man know what he want, and he already know. He got his box over here of, if she check this, she check this, she check this, I'm good. This is what I'm going with. So the fact that she said that even made it easier for him to say, oh, okay, baby girl on her shit. She know, what she want. Then her question of, what is your relationship with God? Earlier he said that, he believed in God. Now she want to see you, because you can believe in God and not necessarily have a close relationship with him. So she asked him, what's your relationship with God? And he said, oh, God is number one in his life. He even said on his film sets they pray before the film sets. He come from a praying family. And to make it on top, I put the icing on the cake. A lot of times, as Christians or Baptists or whatever it is, when you believe in God, you try to or other religions in general try to force their religion on somebody, or they say, oh, well, you don't believe in God, what's wrong with you? He even said, that's my religion, that's what I believe in. I'm not forcing my religion on anybody. You do as you please, but this is how I operate, and this is where I am. And that speaks volumes, and that shows that at the end of the day, he's not letting anybody sway his decisions on how he feels and what he thinks when it comes to his belief system. So, that even if, let's say, she didn't, and they talk about it later on, it could, I don't know, maybe after being with him she would, who knows, but it seems like she does. But I'm just saying, in the scenario, if she didn't, he not forcing her to, and he's not pushing it. He's just saying, hey, you asked me this question, I'm not forcing it on you, this is just what I believe in. Everything matched up, everything was good. I personally think, just looking at the two of them, they look good together. They both matched up. They said it's a match. But he had a smile on his face. He like, oh, bro was like, yeah, it's a hell yeah, it's a match for me. And she was like, yeah. They both smile and they walk off, whatever. But again, come full circle. This is just to show that you shouldn't pop your balloon or make a decision without having all the information. And that's just with life in general. Stop making rash decisions. Stop going, through the motions and doing stuff when you don't got all the information. You don't even know what's going on with everything. So sometimes you gotta sit down, be still, open your ears, open your mind, close your mouth. Close your mouth and receive all the information, because if you don't, you could be making a rash decision and it could end up hurting you in the long run, or you could end up blocking your blessing. So shout out to her, shout out to him, but definitely shout out to her for actually listening to everything that he had to say before she made a decision, because you can make a great decision when you have all the information. And to me, that's the best thing you can do. As a moral of today's story, make the best decision that you can with the complete information. It is what it is. That's it. That's all. Hey, I'm gonna cut this short. This episode. Again, normally I do one a week, but since next week is Thanksgiving, I'm gonna drop two on y'all. Gotta spend time with the kids and stuff like that. So, hey, as always, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Eat good, have fun, and spend time with your family. Kiss on them, hug on them, love them, because like I say, they here today, gone tomorrow. You never know. And just be safe out there. Appreciate y'all for tuning in again. Podd'in with the homie, episode 2. Y'all be easy. Love y'all. And deuces.